Hello everyone, welcome to Be Learners. Good morning to you all. So today we are starting the next chapter of your social study, that is India, and in this chapter we'll see about the climate. So in the previous chapter we have already discussed what is the difference between weather and climate. So what we have seen that weather that remains means weather we are talking about the short term atmospheric condition, and climate it is an average atmospheric condition, or you can say it is an average condition of the weather, that is called climate. And as I told you, weather can change even in a second also, even in a minute also, but climate that remains same for a longer period of time, you can say 30 to 40 years, that doesn't change, it remains like that only. So climate and weather both are different terms. Many of the time people think that they are the synonyms, but actually they are not the synonyms. They are both the climate as well as the weather, both are different terms. Okay, so as I told you right now, if the weather, if you will go outside and if you will see the weather, it might be bright sunny, it might be change after 2 minutes, it may be cloudy also. It doesn't make any sense that weather will remain same every time. It may change, it may not change, but the climate remains same for a longer period of time. So there are some examples of climate is also given, like Delhi has an extreme climate. Extreme means winter will be very very cold and summer will be very very hot. This means extreme. And moderate means neither too hot nor too cold. Some part of India are very cold. If you will see India, what you will find that some parts of India is very very cold and some part of India is not very cold. Not very cold in the sense ki it is very hot. After that, some parts of India receives heavy rainfall and some parts of India receives very less rainfall. So these are the things that we see when we move across the India. Some every parts of the India has different climatic conditions. So due to factors like variation in temperature, rainfall, wind, India experience mainly three types of season, that is summer, rainy and winter. And you might be thinking there are some other seasons also, like autumn and spring also, but that we'll discuss it later on. Mainly means ki, you can say the one which remains for a longer period. So summer, winter and rainy, they remain for a longer period of time. Okay, so summer season, as everybody knows, that it begins in the middle March and it continues till the end of June. And during summer everybody knows that the temperature increases and that makes the surface of the earth very very hot. That's the reason people experience the summer season. And the two prominent food that fruit sorry not food two prominent fruit that we basically see during the summer season, that is lychee and mango. And one more thing, ice cream becomes quite bit popular during the summer. You might have observed some hot winds that blow during the summer. What we call it? We call it loo. They are generally hot as well as dry. So we can say what is loo. So definitely the hot and dry winds will be called as loo. And it blows over the northern India. There are certain states like Bihar, Delhi, Uttar Pradesh and Rajasthan where we can experience. After that, in summer, everybody knows that in summer what happened, the day becomes longer and the night becomes shorter. Vice versa happens in the winter season. South India is less hot and more humid. This is because it is surrounded by the sea on all the three sides. See, if you will see the map of South India, you will find this type of shape. Okay, and this side we have the Arabian Sea, and this side we have the Bay of Bengal. So what happens, you can see here the water means coast. This is the place which is located near the sea, we call it coastal area. Understood? So this side we have Arabian Sea, this side we have Bay of Bengal. Due to the presence of sea or water bodies, this coastal area experiences moderate type of climate. You might have heard about the land bridge and sea bridge, and if you don't know what is land bridge and sea bridge, I'll make a special video on that. But due to the bridge and the sea bridge, the you can say this area, the coastal area, they experience moderate type of climate, means neither too hot nor too cold. After that, some parts even receives heavy rainfall towards the end of summer season. Then we are talking about the rainy season. It is also known as monsoon, and it starts in June, and in some parts of India it begins in July and continue till the end of October. What happens during this month? The moisture laden wind that blow from the south, especially from that blow from the south, they move towards the land. Means these winds are blowing from this direction. They are blowing from the sea, and after means of moving from the sea, they are reaching towards the land. Okay, so these winds are called monsoon winds, as they brings the rainfall. That's why they got the name monsoon winds. And these winds blow from Arabian Sea and Bay of Bengal. You can see on map, this side we have the Arabian Sea and this side we had the Bay of Bengal. And I have shown the wind is originating from these two directions only. The wind first reaches the Malabar coast and in the month of June, and by mid-July they bring the rainfall in the whole India. And if you will see the map of India, let me show you. If you will see the map of India, you will find that some part of India receives heavy rainfall while other parts of India receives less rainfall. As I can say, this northeast, these are the places where you will find that the rainfall is very high, means heavy rainfall they receive. And the west region, that is the condition of northeast region, heavy rainfall. And if I'm talking about the west region, they receives very scanty rainfall, very less rainfall. Understood? So every parts of India doesn't receives the rainfall in the same way. It receives means rainfall is also unevenly distributed. So it is written here that the average annual rainfall in our country is 120 centimeter. This is the average rainfall, means average data. And you might be thinking rainfall is good or bad, means rainy season is very good or very bad. What is actually? The answer is it is neither too good nor too bad. Means see, everything is good if it is available in a balanced amount. Okay, but if there will be heavy rainfall, that may bring flood also, that may destroy the crop also. But if there will be no rainfall, that can also damage the crop. So rainy season is good, especially in the Indian agriculture, because many of the farmers, they are still dependent on the rain. They are still dependent on rain for the cultivation of the crops, because still many farmers are not very rich that they can have their own irrigation system. So they are still dependent on monsoon for their crops. And you know very well that the rainfall makes the soil fertile. And as I told you, if it is in a balanced way, means if the rainfall is in a good proportion, then that's very good. And if it is not in a good proportion, it may brings flood. So that must be in a balanced way. After that, the last season we are talking about, that is the winter season. It starts by the end of October, and everybody knows that right now we are experiencing the winter season. And during winter, you can see the practically all those things whatever I'm talking about. During the winter, the days become shorter and the night becomes longer, means you'll get more time to sleep. And this happens because our earth, they receives the slanting, not direct, I'm talking here slanting rays of the sun, and that's the reason temperature becomes very low. and the place becomes cooler. And winter season begins in the middle of November and goes till February. And among all the month, January and December, they are very cold month, especially in north and the central area. You might be thinking that summer, which one is the hottest month? So June is the hottest month. Remember this, June is the hottest month. The heat is very high, and that's the time when we cannot bear such hotness. Strong winds from the west. Sometimes the wind blow from this way, west area. You can see on the map. From west area. This wind is quite unbearable. Unbearable means you cannot bear that wind. Okay. And not just because the wind is very fast moving. The reason is another also. These winds are quite bit destructive in the nature. Okay. So that's why it is called western disturbances. Strong winds that blow from the west this way. It is called western disturbances, and it brings rainfall in the plains and snowfall in the mountains. From this way, they move towards the northern side. And this is the time when the weather becomes cold and foggy. You might have observed fog also during the winter season. And during the winter season you will find very means a lot of variety of vegetables also, fruits also. Okay. And Tamil Nadu gets its share of rain during the winter only, not in the summer. Remember this, the south experience normally the rain during the winter only. But as I told you, apart from this season, we have another two season, that is the spring and the autumn. That when we experience these two seasons, see, before the summer sets in, we experience the spring season. And during the spring, what you will find, right now it's the time when you can experience the summer season. Not right now means after the end of winter, as this season will end, you can experience the spring season. What you will see, that the climate is cool and pleasant. You will not find hot, or you will not feel hot also, and you will not feel too cold also. You will think that this is the perfect climatic condition right now we are having, neither too hot nor too cold. And this generally happens during the spring season. And spring season you will find new leaves on the trees also, different colorful flowers also. But the same thing happens, sorry, opposite thing happens in the autumn season. You will not find any leaves, new leaves. In fact, in autumn, what you will find, that all the trees, they are shedding their leaves. And this autumn season, when do we have? Just after the rainy, before the winter, we have the autumn. Remember this. After the rainy season, we have autumn. After the winter season, we have sorry, after the winter, but before the summer sets in, we have the spring season. So this was all about the today's session. I hope you have understood, and if you have not subscribed the channel till yet, kindly do subscribe it so that you can get the notification of the next classes on the time. Bye bye everyone. Take care and see you very soon. And today we have another classes also.